Meteorologist Daniel McFarland here with an update on what's going on with Hurricane Erin, and we now have our first Category 5 hurricane of this Atlantic season out there, and this was called rapid intensification. Earlier this morning, it was having winds that was struggling at Category 2, and now it is a very strong Category 5 with winds at 160 miles per hour. You can see currently that it's making its way north right there, the Leeward Islands, and will eventually pass north of Puerto Rico. Thankfully, the worst part of this storm is, of course, going to be that northeastern quadrant. I'm not expecting it to be impacting anywhere up here, which is where you find the worst of storms like this, and it seems like it's going to be making that northern turn and then dying down. So it's likely going to be holding this Category 5 strength over about the next day, day and a half, but then you see it dropping down to a Category 4 whenever it gets closer towards the Dominican Republic and then begins to move its way back up. So by early Monday morning, it's still going to be a pretty strong Category 4 storm with winds at about 150 miles per hour before we eventually get on into Tuesday and Wednesday, where it will slowly begin to die down. And I'll give you this wider view. You see how it's staying pretty far away from the United States. That's exactly what we want to see in a situation like this, and it's not expected to make landfall anywhere, which is going to be good as well. Now let's go ahead and take a distance from Merritt Island. So if it follows this path, it's still almost 600 miles away, so that's looking pretty good. However, at the moment, it is relatively close towards Puerto Rico at about 150 miles away as a very strong storm, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on if you have family members down there. Some positive news right here, at least when it comes to the models. They're all in agreement of where it's going. The high pressure that's going to be over the southeast is going to force this hurricane further and further over towards the east, which is going to be good news. Now, if you look closely, you have Bermuda right here. It could get close to Bermuda, but while it's passing by that island, it will be dying down in strength. So that is certainly some good news for them before it eventually dies down late this upcoming week in the northern Atlantic, which is what we typically see this time of year. So it is the first major hurricane so far of this season. It's still going to be staying well east of us here in Florida. Locally, I do think high surf and rip currents are things to watch, mostly between Tuesday and Thursday, with Wednesday being the worst day for that high surf and the rip currents.